Oh Lord, this story time is gonna be some crazy. I don't know if y'all ready for this. I don't know if y'all ready for this.
Bébé, ouais, l'amour ne fait pas de cadeau. L'homme a son cœur dans son sac à dos. Et sur moi, ces larmes, c'est pas ta faute. Oh bébé, t'es trop belle, tu.
What's up, my beauty crew? It's your girl Gina, and I'm back with another video. And today, y'all, as y'all can see, it's something different. Usually we're doing vlogs and stuff, but today I wanted to do something different on the channel I haven't did before. So we're gonna do a story time. We're gonna do a story time. And this story time, y'all, I hope y'all don't think different of me. I hope y'all don't hate me after this, but it is what it is. I did what I did, and I don't regret it. Alright, y'all, so as y'all can tell by the title, wait, let me back up. Okay, y'all, the reason I picked to do this story time is because my life is literally boring. So, my life is boring. I don't got lots of going on. I'm a church girl. I don't smoke, I don't drink. Um, I don't, I don't, I don't be hopping on dick to dick to dick. Like, I don't got hookup stories. I don't do one night stands. I've never been a side chick, always been in a relationship, going on 3 years now. So I'm just not, I don't got that crazy lifestyle. So I don't have those type of stories to tell that I'm used to watching. But after talking to my little sister and Sean, they were saying the one story you could tell is how you snatched your best friend's man. So y'all, as y'all can tell by the title, today's story time is going to be about how I snatched my best friend's man. Yeah. Alright, y'all. I don't think y'all ready for this. Okay, y'all. So how we're gonna do this story time, I'm gonna break it up. I'm gonna do the backstory of then what happened and then the end of the story, what led to it. Alright, y'all. Before I start this story time, I want to say that I'm not trying to bash anyone, not trying to start any problems, even though I really don't care. If you got a problem, DM me, but me and the people in this story is not even friends. None of us are friends no more. None of us talk at all. So, yeah, the only person I talk to is the guy. So, the only person I talk to is the guy that I stole. So, that's it. That's all. But everybody else, we don't talk, and there's no beef. There's no problem. It's just story time, and I feel like it's my story. This is 3 years later, y'all. So I'll be able to say it.
After I sipped on myself, went by off my electric apple.
Say hi. Come say hi. I'm about to tell the story time.
Hi.
Let's start with the story time. All right, you guys. In this story time, I'm gonna come up with names because I'm not even gonna say nobody's name. So let's do a backstory. So my best friend, well, she's not my best friend no more, but the best friend I had at the time, we're gonna name her Kanaya. We're gonna name her Kanaya, and and then we're gonna name my other best friend I had at the time. We're gonna name her. What are we gonna name her? We're gonna name her Brianna. Kanaya and Brianna. And then the third girl in this situation she was not a best friend, but she started to be a little bit in our friend group. We're gonna name her Bella. All right. And then the boy, I'm not gonna say his name either, but we gonna find out what name we're gonna give him. All right, y'all. So let's start in the beginning of the story. So yes, Kanaya was my best friend. And me and Kanai have been best friends for a while now. We've been best friends. I think by this time we've been best friends for a long ass time. So how we start this story is Kanaya had an ex. Kanaya had an ex that was one of those toxic exes. So one of the toxic exes that Kanaya had was they just would always break up, make up, break up, make up. He would literally like it was just so toxic and so unhealthy and just so it was so bad. And they would just say the worst thing to each other. They would go on the internet exposing each other and everything. Like it was so bad. So with that being said, Kanaya had an ex that me being her best friend, I just did not like. I just did not like. I just didn't mess with. So her and her ex was on a point where they were like not talking right now. So they were on their little breakup, like their breakup session, but it really don't be breakup session. So during the breakup session that they was in, that they was not together, um, they basically okay. So what happened was they broke up, and so while they're breaking up, like she's in her feelings, whatever, whatever. And by this time, y'all, we're working at McDonald's. Me and Kanaya is working at McDonald's, and Bella. Me, Kanaya, and Bella. Brianna does not work at McDonald's, but Brianna knows about the business because she's one of the besties, so like she knows everything that's going on. Me and Brianna both did not like who Kanaya was dating. Period. So us working at McDonald's, regular day, but one day a boy comes in as he's a new worker, and we're gonna name him Key. But yes, Key walks in, he's a new boy, and we all look at him like, oh, and I'm looking like, oh. Like I'm like, best friend, you want him? Like this is literally how we talking. So me and Kanaya, we're bagging orders or whatever. He walk in, I look at him, and I look at my best friend, and she look at him. And I'm like, oh, you can have him. I'm like, you can have him. Like, you want him? You want him? So she just like, she playing off like, no, I don't want him. I don't want him for real. So, couple days go by. We're at work again, and me, Kanaya, and oh my God, there's another coworker that works with us. We're gonna name her. We're gonna name her. I don't know. We're gonna name her. We're gonna name her Rose. So me, Kanaya, and Rose, which was another coworker of ours, we're sitting on break. We're sitting on break, and we're eating, and we're just chilling or whatever, whatever. And Key walks by our table, and he looks at us, and he's like, "All three of y'all put y'all Snapchat in my phone, put y'all numbers in my phone, put y'all Snapchat in my phone." And we look at him, and we like, you wanna if you trying to get threesome, that's not what you're gonna get. Like what you trying to do? And he like, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. I just moved from Kansas City. I don't got no friends. Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, I'm just chilling. Like I'm going with the vibe. So what happened was we gave him our number, but I didn't talk to him. Like I didn't do anything. It wasn't nothing like that. So what happened was, I guess Kanaya and Key was texting on the back end. They was texting this, that. They were just texting each other on the back end, and then she would tell me that he was texting her on the back end. And so she was just like, I'm just like, oh my God, okay, period. Because I'm happy my best friend moving on. Like, I'm geek my best friend moving on from that nigga. So I'm geeked. So I'm like, okay. So it gets closer to the point where they're starting to talk. So they're in the talking stage or whatever. Kanai was like, I just feel like I just keep seeing Kanai play with him. Like she'll be talking to him, but she'll still be worried about her ex. So I'm just like, best friend, leave him alone. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. So they're talking to the point where I'm like telling him, yo, ask her out, ask her out, because like y'all, I'm really trying to make my best friend leave him alone, like don't worry about the ex nigga. And Key was just a good dude, so I'm just looking at Key like he really trying to like be that good guy and stuff like that. And like she was like, being on Key, but like she wasn't all for it. So I'm like, dang. So it was one day at work. We was all in the break room and stuff like that. And she was just like telling Key to give her money and stuff like that, and this and that. And I'm like, looking at her like, best friend, don't be using this guy now. Like, you still be hooked up on what's his name on that ex. Don't be doing him wrong like that. So I'm telling her, I'm like, best friend, I'm pulling her aside. I'm like, best friend, you need to let your ex go and you need to take Key serious because Key treating you good. She like, yeah. So what happened was, Key has a stutter. This Key has a stutter. So we was on the phone, all three of us, cause all four of us, no, me, Key, Kanaya, Bree, Bella, and sometimes Rose. All six of us will be on Google Duo. So it was one time we was on Google Duo, and all of us was on Google Duo, and we were on a phone call, and Key was telling us something, but he started stuttering. And so everybody started clowning him. And I'm like, yo, y'all need to chill out. I'm like, y'all chill out. Like, he can't help it. Like, it's not that serious. So with me saying that, everybody just like start calming down. I'm like, relax, like y'all doing too much. Then Kanaya begins to be like, I don't want him. He stutters. You don't want him because he stutter. What? So I'm like, best friend, I'm like telling her, I'm like, best friend, that is not even a reason to want him. She like, I don't want him. He stutter. Like, I don't want that. I'm like, oh, this girl, like, my best friend is crazy. Like, this guy is literally the sweetest person. Like, he's being so sweet to you. He treating you like a princess. Like, he's literally being so, like, literally the opposite of your ex. But you rather go back to that. So I'm like, I'm irritated with my best friend. But I'm like, damn, all right. So next day roll around, she sent me a text. Oh, best friend, I think I'm gonna break up with Key because I'm not feeling it. Like, I'm not ready for it. Like, I don't. Nah, 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 nah. She was like, I'm not ready for it. All cap. I know it was cap. She wasn't ready for that, but she was ready for that ex. So when she takes it, I'm just like, at this point, I'm like irritated because I know he's gonna be hurt. Like, I'm thinking, bro, Keith finna be hurt. Like, I feel bad because he was really a genuine nice dude. So I'm like, all right, Naya. So I'm on the phone with Bella and Brianna. Brianna's my other best friend. Bella is one of the girls that also worked at McDonald's, but she had quit. But we were still talking to her. So Bella wasn't working at McDonald's anymore at this time, but we were still close to her. Like, we were still like this with her. So me, Brianna, and Bella, we on the phone, and I'm just like expressing like how I feel. Like, I really feel bad for Key. Like, I don't know. Should I text him, y'all, to check up on him? Because I'm thinking Key gonna be in shambles. Because, like, he was just so sweet to that girl. So they're like, yeah, you could text him. I'm like, I don't want to do too much. So they're like, no, you could text him. Text him. And I'm like, okay. So I text Key, but he's at work. I'm off. The rest of us are off this day, but he was at work. So I text him. I'm like, hey, you good? He texts me like, yeah, I'm straight. I'm like, oh, all right. I'm like, you want to talk on the phone when you get off work? He like, yeah. So, that comes up. I'm like, okay, yeah. He said, yeah, I'm gonna call him on the phone to see, like, where his mind at. Like, is he good? Because I generally felt bad for Keith. Get off work, and that night rolls around, and he calls me. So he calls me, and I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, it's just cool talking. I'm like, hey, what's up with you? Like, what's going on? He like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, you sure? Like, I know you hurt. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, she just not ready. Like, you could wait for her if you want to. Like, if it's meant to be, it will be. I'm saying that. So Key goes to the point where he's like, nah, I'm straight. Like, I had a feeling it wasn't gonna work out. He just like, I just don't break up with girls, so I just have a feeling it wasn't gonna work out. I already knew it wasn't gonna work out. I was just waiting for her. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, but is it okay if we still be friends? Because y'all, genuinely, me and Key, like, I really fucked with Key. Like, Key was gang. Like, I really fucked with him. Like, it was, y'all, and I promise y'all, I was not on that timing. I was not on that timing. Like, me and Key was, like, I really fucked with his vibe. Like, he was nice. He was sweet. Like, he was funny as hell. But, like, he had a little mean side to him that I just couldn't break through. So, I was just like, oh, can we still be friends? Like, is it okay if we still be friends, or you don't want nothing to do with our group? That's why I asked him, because they was talking to a point where he was like one of our groups. He was on FaceTime with us and everything. So he was like, no, we can still be friends or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So we're on that phone call and we start talking about what we start talking about. We start talking about our siblings, cause me and Key both have siblings that are the same age. So, and they're both sisters. I mean, they're both girls. So he has a little sister the same age as my little sister. So we started talking about how annoying it is, how they just barge in our room, how they take all our clothes, like how they just are irritating. So we talk about that, and by that time, my sister comes in. So my sister come in, like we said, annoying. She like, who are you talking to? I said, I'm talking to Key. He was like, oh, Key, the one that you was telling me about. So Key get on the phone. He like, what she say about me? What she say about me? I'm like, girl, back up, get out. She started talking about. She was like, that you're a really nice guy. You're really sweet. Da, 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 da. I'm like, girl, what is you doing? Like, get out. So my sister get out. I think his sister had went in his room and was doing something I can't really remember, y'all, because this was a long time. Like, it was a long time ago. But I remember I think his sister came in the room and said something. They was talking or whatever. And so then that's when we started talking again. Like, oh my God, see, they're annoying. Like, they're always in our room. Blah, 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 blah. So then I remember Key, he's like, hold on, I gotta do this chore real quick. I'll call you. No, he was like, hold on, I gotta do this. No, he didn't even say anything. Hung up. He had went downstairs to go wash the dishes and the phone had hung up. So I call back. He didn't answer. Then he calls me back, and I'm saying this jokingly. When I call you, answer the phone. He like, what? I'm like, when I call you, you need to answer the phone. And he like, but you're not my girl though. And I'm like, okay, and just like that. Then it moved over. We start talking again. We start talking to the love. Then he start playing music. So then I'm like, oh, play Love by Keisha Coles. And he's like, all right. So he plays Love by Keisha Coles. We're singing. Like, we're singing our heart out. Never knew what I was missing, but I knew once we start kissing, I found. Like, we just started, it was just a vibe. We just vibing on the phone. Just vibing. So it get to 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, damn, we just talking, but I'm start dozing off. Like, I'm dozing off while we're talking. And like, I wake up, he's still on the phone. It's 8 o'clock in the morning now. So I wake up, I'm like, no way I just slept on the phone with this guy. So after that, I hang up the phone immediately because I'm like, yo, what the hell? So what happened next was I called Bella and Brianna. I Google Duo Bella and Brianna because Bella had an Android. So, no, not Bella. Brianna had an Android. So I had to call Bella and Brianna on Google Duo. And I'm like, y'all, I did something bad. Like, I'm shaking. I did something bad. They're like, what happened? I fell asleep on the phone with Key. They're like, Gina, what the heck? So then I'm like, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. Last night we was vibing and it really made me like, we was vibing. Like, he was really cool. Like, our energies matched each other. Brianna like, Gina, no, Gina, no, Gina. I'm like, I know. So Bella is like, oh well, like cause I guess Bella and Kanaya had something going on. So Bella was like, oh well, Gina, like, okay, I like that, like y'all too, cause Bella, Kiana was playing with Key anyway. So I'm just like, bro, I'm like, no, I need to talk to my best friend. So I text my best friend, and I'm like, best friend, this what happened, this what happened. If you feel some way, if you want to cut me off, that's it, that what it is, that what it ain't. So she like, oh, it's fine. Like, I don't really care. I didn't really like Keyshawn. I said Keyshawn. I didn't really like Key anyway. Like, she was like, I was just using him to get her ex jealous. And I was just like, okay. Even though I knew she was trying to do that, I was like, okay. So I was like, she said she don't care. She was like, oh, she don't care. So all of us get on Google Duo now. Me, Key, Kanaya, Brianna, and Bella. So I'm just like, we try to talk about the situation, but we try to give code names so Key wouldn't know what we was talking about, even though he was on the phone. So Bella came up with Ladybug, Praying Mantis. I was Ladybug. Kanaya was Stinkbug. Like, she was just coming up with bug names for us to like nicknames so nobody would know what we talking about. Little do I know, Key put in two together, boom, 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 and he know exactly what we talk about. So Key Key doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything the whole phone call, but Kanaya know exactly what we're talking about though. So Key doesn't say anything the whole phone call, and Key calls me again, and then we're talking on the phone. We're talking again on the phone. We're vibing or whatever. And I asked him. I said, I don't really want anything to like go crazy about this. You talked to my best friend before, so I don't know. And he was just like, it wasn't nothing serious. That's what he was letting me know. He was letting me know like he don't care. So what happened was me and him talking or whatever, and it gets to a point where I'm keeping it a being with my best friend. I'm telling her everything. I'm saying, if you want me to cut this off right now, let me know. She told me she don't care. She was like, she never really liked him. He was her type. Like, she was just using him to get her ex jealous again. So I'm like, okay. So we go to work that afternoon, and y'all, I walk in, and he worked where they was making the food at McDonald's. He worked on the grill. So I walk in, y'all. Key never used to speak to me. I always used to have to speak to Key first. But he look at me and I go, and I'm like, now he said hey to me. So then I get on break, and I'm outside, and Key go outside, and I'm like, oh, it's cold, and like, we're just flirting with each other. We're just like in a way flirting, but I'm trying to keep it PG because at the end of the day, like, I still had a conscience on my head. Like, I felt guilty. So, I'm telling my best friend, like, I'm keep reassuring my best friend. I'm like, is this an issue? Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, you need to tell me now because my feelings are starting to get into this because it's starting to get the connection starting to get stronger. She told me, best friend, no, I do not want that nigga. That nigga was not my type. Like, he stutters. Like, she like bashing. I'm like, all right. So we end up the whole group gets off Google Duo again, and we are planning on going to Stars and Strikes. So we're going to Stars and Strikes, and when we go to Stars and Strikes, you know, that's where we're all planning to go on Stars and Strike. So I'm getting my hair done. My best friend came over, and Bella came over, and we're all at my house getting ready to go to Stars and Strikes. Key is gonna meet us over there. So me, Kanaya, and Bella all get in the car, and we on the way to Stars and Strikes. So we're on our way to Starting Stride. So I'm nervous because they know, like, at this point, the whole group know, like, we got something going on. It's not really talked about. Like, we're not talking yet, but it's like there's definitely a connection there. So everybody knows. So everybody chilling. So we get to Stars and Strikes or whatever, and we're Key's not there yet, and we go in. No, we wait outside. We waiting for Key, and we're all doing TikToks. Da 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 da. I'm telling Key, like, where you at? Where you at? He finally pull in. So he finally pull in. My heart start racing. Boom, 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 boom. Cause we know how to work at this time. We out. So my heart start racing. Boom, 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 boom. So we all walking into the Stars and Strikes, and we all walking in. And Key come up to me and he like, come here. So I'm like, okay. And I'm like talking to him and we're like talking, we're like playing games or whatever. Like he like, we just we're basically flirting. We flirting. So we flirting and then Bella and Kanaya giving us our space or whatever. But I guess Kanaya like she was peeping how me and him was. So we go after Stars and Strikes, we go to Applebee's. We go to Applebee's and we're all eating. I'm sitting next to Key and Kanai and Bella sitting next to each other. We're at a booth. So we're all eating, we're drinking lemonade and stuff like that. And Key, like, what you got to drink? And I tell him what I got to drink, which was the same thing he was drinking. But he picks up the drink and drinks out my straw and puts it down. So Kanaya, like, she side-eye it. And I'm looking at him like, are you good? So next thing you know, we all eating, or like we're just eating, and then the food's done. We're getting ready to pay. Bella and Kanaya live like down the street from each other, so they ride in an Uber together. So they leave before us or whatever. So me and Key is at the restaurant, and we're just talking, we're just vibing, and one thing leads to another, and we kiss. So I'm like, yo, what the heck? What the heck? What the heck? I'm like, oh my god. So me and Key, like, Key's feeling me like he really is starting to feel me like he wants to start talking. Da, da, da. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I gotta talk to my best friend because I don't want nothing to happen. I don't want to lose my best friend with this because at the end of the day, I'm pick my best friend over you, and that's on period. So I'm texting Bella. And I know my best friend next to her, so I'm telling Bella to let my best friend see the text. I'm like, me. I'm like, he kissed me. And my best friend, she gonna be like, oh, for real? Like, she just acting all like, okay, best friend, this and that. So I'm like, yeah, he did that. Like, I don't know what to do. He said that he want to start talking. Like, I don't know. He said that, he felt connection, and I feel a vibe too. They're like, Bella like, yeah, Gina. Yeah, I ship it. Period. Bella geeked. Kanaya like, yeah, best friend, do what you want to do, best friend. I don't mind. I don't care. Do what you want to do. I'm like, best friend, you sure? She like, yeah. I'm like, okay. She like, best friend, I swear to you, I did not care about this nigga. Like, this nigga, I used this nigga to get with my ex. For my ex to get jealous. For my ex to come back to me. So I'm like, alright, bet. So, all night I'm on the phone with Key. We're talking, we're vibing. At this point, I'm like, all right, we can start talking. We can start seeing where our vibes at. So, in the morning, I wake up. I look on my phone. Like, hold on. In the morning, I wake up. I look on my phone, and it's a screenshot from Key. I'm like, oh, what he sent me? Kanai texting him saying, I miss you. I'm like, oh, okay. What the world? Like, are you okay? Let me backtrack. Before, at the restaurant, I think at the restaurant we was talking about Valentine's Day, and Key had made a remark like, "What's your favorite chocolate?" He asked me what my favorite chocolate was, or something like that. It was something about Valentine's Day. And then she texts him saying I miss you. I'm like, oh, okay. So I read the screenshot. I'm like, all right, bet. I ain't even text my best friend. I said, Key, you go. Like, get on that. Like, get on that. He like, nah, I don't want that. I don't want that. Like, I don't want that. He told me, no, I don't want that. I'm like, no, she had you first. So whatever y'all had, you could literally go finish with her. It's no hard feelings. Like, go to that. He like, no. Key is like, no. Key's like, I'm not finna do this. I'm not finna do this with her. Like, I knew what they're not compatible. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, so I text my best friend. I said, best friend, you good? She like, yeah. Don't tell anyone, but I miss Key. I'm like, okay. And so then she was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to get him back. I'm gonna try to get him back. I'm like, all right. So I'm chilling at that point. I'm like, all right, let me chill, let me vibe, let me chill. So when I'm vibing, I'm chilling. Key's texting her. He's like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm good. I'm good. I'm not on that." Then he leaves her on red. So she's like flabbergasted at that point, and I'm like, I'm just on the sidelines at this point because I'm like, hey, it is what it is. So at that point, she tries her hardest to get Key back, and she tells me she needs him before Valentine's Day because she wants someone for Valentine's. Because I guess her and her ex had gone to it again. So I'm like, okay, I'm still vibing. I'm like, all right, you can do what you want to do. Try to go get him. She like, best friend, can you help me? I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I can't help you because it's gonna look weird. So she like, it's okay. I'm gonna try to get him. So she tries her hardest to get him back, but Key's just not going for it. So then weeks go by. I plan a game night at my house. So by that time, me and Key is still talking and everything. And I'm telling Key, he's saying that he wants to take things more serious. And I'm like, before we take anything serious, you gotta meet my mom. So I'm like, you gotta meet my mom, cause my mom know the real. So if my mom don't think that you're a good person, she gonna tell me and she gonna be right. My mom be right about everything. So I'm like, okay. He like, okay, I'm gonna meet your mom. So everybody coming for the game night, the whole crew I was telling you about. Again, me, Key, Kanaya, Bella. I don't know if I don't think Brianna went, but the other girl, Rose, that I told you on the beginning of the story, she came too. So Key come, he bring me flowers and everything. He meet my mama and my mama like him, and Kanaya just there. She's just like looking. She not even saying nothing. I'm like, okay. So everything go good. We do the game night, whatever. So everybody go home, and I guess Kanaya just never. She never like. She was just like being a little weird and distant to me. So I asked her what was happening, and she had asked me. She had told me, I want Key. I miss Key, and I don't feel like you're helping me. And I'm like, if you want him, go and get him. Because at that point, again, I ain't gonna fight over no nigga. That's on period. So she told me that he said he don't want her, and he said that y'all two getting serious, and he said that he likes your family, or your family likes him, so it is what it is. I'm like, I guess so, it is what it is. So after that, I'm like, are we good? Are we not gonna be friends? And she's like, no, we're good. I'm just gonna go back to her ex. So I'm like, okay. So after that, weeks go by, months go by, years go by. Nothing, nothing, nothing changes. Me and Keith still talking. Everything happens. When I say years go by, like 3 years later, still talking. Yeah. And that's basically what happened. That was a story time, y'all. And as y'all can see, that's what happened. I hope y'all don't think less of me, but I did what I did, and I don't regret it because at the end of the day, I'm literally not friends with none of those girls no more. I don't talk to none of them. I don't know where none of them at. I don't like for all my girlies. I'm not saying do your best friend like be talking to your best friend ex, no, but don't block your blessings. Okay? Don't block your blessing, because sometimes God gives you blessings that are in a weird way that you might be like, is that really what I'm supposed to be doing? Because y'all, if I would have been like, no, I'm not, I'm finna stick by my best friend, I've been looking like Boo Boo the Fool right now. Because who's stand beside me? Key, he's still beside me. Who not beside me? Kanai not beside me. So it's like, so I hope y'all like the story time. I don't really have a crazy life, but that's probably the craziest thing I have done or I have experienced or felt sometimes. Just like whoa. So I hope y'all like it, and comment down below if y'all want more story times. So I'm gonna think about some story times. But yeah, y'all. Without further ado, I'm gonna close this video. Love yourself, cause I love you. So love yourself, and remember, everybody's beauty. Bye, beauty crew.